So, my friends, unfortunately, with each passing day, the situation in Avdiivka worsens. Overnight, according to geolocation data, the occupiers have advanced practically from all sides closer to Avdiivka. So, let's start our frontline review from this direction right away.
Based on the operational situation around Avdiivka, in order to avoid encirclement and preserve the lives and health of servicemen, I decided to withdraw our units from the city and move to defense on more favorable lines. Our soldiers performed their military duty with dignity, did everything possible to destroy the best Russian military units, inflicted significant losses on the enemy in terms of manpower and equipment. We are taking measures to stabilize the situation and maintain our positions. The life of military personnel is the highest value.
As seen on the geolocation map, it's confirmed that the Russians have already erected 2 flags in the northern part, and, according to the latest data, they are advancing further. Ukrainian Armed Forces equipment attempting to enter the northern part of Avdiivka is being destroyed by Russian artillery. Similarly, it's evident that they have made significant progress in the northern part of Avdiivka. They are approaching closer to the center, with their advancement estimated at approximately 1 kilometer and 400 meters. So videos have surfaced online showing them raising a flag in the city park. Additionally, it's reported that they have occupied the railway hospital in the city center. Thus, it can be said that the Russians are now in the center of Avdiivka. Unfortunately, this is very grim news. Furthermore, we observe that the occupiers have come as close as possible to the outskirts of Avdiivka from the eastern side, judging from the geolocation map. So their advancement here amounts to another 1 kilometer and 200 meters. The capture of the Donetsk filtration station is also confirmed. So the occupiers have raised the Russian flag on the roof there. So there is video evidence of this. So it's evident that the occupiers are tightening their grip on Avdiivka more and more. Essentially, from the front lines to complete encirclement, there is only 3 kilometers and 100 meters remaining. This is a critically short distance, as this entire area is heavily shelled. So the Ukrainian Armed Forces also confirm this information.
1. The exit corridor has been reduced by another kilometer and the neck of the bag is now from 2.5 to 3 kilometers. There is a maximum of night and day left for the exit. Then the track to Severn will be taken under physical control. 2. The daily advance of the enemy indicates that there has been no grinding of his brigades and we are dealing with fairly fresh enemy forces. The enemy is not stupid and no one will lose pace at night. 3. Taking into account the fact that the enemy has reached the Avdiivka-Severn highway, the question arises of the expediency of defending the 9th quarter. 4. In this configuration, the 3rd control panel can turn from a release to a locked one. Now it is important to hold not the 9th quarter itself, but the area of the enemy's advance to the northwest of it. 5. The enemy will not limit himself to actions in the city itself. There will be a change of main and secondary blows on the north or south face.
The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine has made a statement.
Since the beginning of the day, our defenders have repelled more than 30 Russian attacks in the Avdiivka area. The aggressor carried out 20 airstrikes and more than 1,500 artillery attacks. In addition to Avdiivka, the enemy fired artillery and mortars at almost 20 surrounding settlements, including Novobakhmutivka, Berdikai, Lastikine, Nevelsk, and others. Ukrainian soldiers leave the destroyed positions by maneuver and gain a foothold on new lines of defense.
As evident, the General Staff essentially confirms that the Ukrainian Armed Forces are continuously retreating to more advantageous positions because the occupiers are advancing strongly. Unfortunately, if the occupiers capture Avdiivka, Donetsk will be much further from the front line, whereas it was only 2 kilometers away. On one of the maps, it's clear that the occupiers are pounding the city with shelling and completely leveling it to the ground. So a large number of strikes are also directed at Lastachkina, which they want to advance to encircling the city. Moreover, the battles in the areas of Pervomaiske and Nevelske continue, accompanied by a large number of shelling. In the direction of Mariinka, the occupiers haven't succeeded near Krasnohorivka and have ceased attacks. However, assaults on Grigorivka and Novomykhailivka persist. Attacks are coming from two sides simultaneously, making the situation difficult. There have been 7 attacks on this front in the past day, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces hold their defense and the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Vuhledar, the occupiers, having achieved no success, have ceased all attacks and only shelling is being recorded today, so the front line remains unchanged. Moreover, there is evidence again that the Russians are building new defensive lines. This time they have shown their teeth from Mariupol to Berdyansk, resembling a dragon's line of defense.
A new line of fortifications, which was built, and continues to be built, from Nikolsky in the direction of the village of Starodubivka and further towards Berdyansk. The beginning of construction by the occupier a week after leaving Robotyno, western region, in the summer. Before that, there was nothing here. Now, see for yourself. Despite Russia is here forever and the remoteness of the front by 50 to 70 kilometers, they dig and dig.
As evident, they are not only strengthening their defense along the front line, but also deep into the rear. In the Zaporizhia direction, the situation remains unchanged. The occupiers carry out shelling, but no attacks are recorded. So everyone is waiting for the Russians to become more active in this direction. At the same time, there is no significant increase in strikes in the rear on the occupied territory as before. Perhaps the Russians understand this, so they are accumulating strength. Meanwhile, volunteers are appealing to Zelensky to address the issue of building defensive lines before it's too late.
A city can only be captured by encircling it, or every house where defense can be organized can be wiped out with heavy weapons. We have to very powerful lines of defense on 2 to 3 lines, and not chew snot. Now there is a looming threat in the Zaporizhzhia direction. The army is asking for tractors from the local authorities to build a defensive line in the rear, but no one gives a fucking fuck, because a fucking tractor can be fucked up. I ask the office of the president to pay attention to this problem. Why are private entrepreneurs ready for such steps, but the Zaporizhzhia administration is not? It's time to shake that shit out of the offices before it's too late.
It seems that the Russians are aware of the problems with the defense line here, which is why they have deployed a large number of reserves specifically to this area. In the direction of Kherson, shelling of the right bank continues, and assaults on the village of Krynki are underway. This information is reported by Russian military correspondents.
No change. The enemy continues to hold a bridgehead in the village of Krynki. Today, ours stormed this bridgehead 5 times with forces from the 328th Airborne Assault Regiment and the 810th Infantry Brigade and with the support of artillery and mortars. Due to bad weather, our small aircraft have little work to do today. Big aviation has not been working for a long time. We hope that very soon after the capture of Avdiivka, big aviation, in our direction will finally start working.
For now, we are waiting to see how events will unfold further. But if Krynki comes under aerial bombardment, as you can understand, FPV drones won't be of any help here. The situation in the Bakhmut direction is also very challenging. The occupiers have deployed a significant number of reserves in this direction as well. Within a day, there have been 5 attacks in the areas of Bogdanivka, Ivanivske and Avdiivka. However, there have been no successes and the front line remains unchanged, but shelling continues in large quantities. In the Siversk direction, attacks on Bilohorivka have resumed. Following yesterday's shelling, they are attempting to break through closer to the settlement. For now, we are waiting to see how the new battles will end. In the direction of Krymina, activity has increased, with 8 attacks conducted within a day. So the main battles are taking place near the village of Terny, Yampolivka and Torske. So far, no changes along the front line have been recorded. In the direction of Svatove, the situation remains stable with no changes reported. No shelling or attacks have been observed. In the Kupiansk direction, yesterday's Russian attacks on Ivanivka didn't lead to any success. Today, the attacks have ceased, but shelling continues, and we are waiting to see how events will unfold further. Meanwhile, today, Volodymyr Zelensky and Olaf Scholz signed an agreement on security guarantees. Thus, Germany became the second country after the United Kingdom to take long-term commitments to support Ukraine. Olaf Scholz stated that Germany will continue to support an independent Ukraine defending itself against Russian aggression. In turn, Zelensky called the agreement one of the most powerful documents. So in 2022, the German side provided military aid worth 1,068 million euros. And in 2023, more than 5 billion euros. In 2024, Germany promises to provide military assistance amounting to 7 billion and 1 million euros. And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.